Majuba. We pay homage, it's the Illa Juba. We seek the great spirit's approval, manifesting the ancestral maneuver. As the Orishas move you, my child, let me speak to your spirit. You warriors calling a little louder, I want you to hear it. Just face it, don't fear it. Your mirror reflection, revere it. Shadow work, you will clear it. Just the seasons will change. You are called to rise. Open your eyes, realize, rearrange. It's not a game, press past through your pain. We are not mediocre nor mundane. You are great now, claim your new name. Break free from the chains. I just want you to see through and see true. See yourself as all of the mind sees you. The God in you, manifest your breakthrough. Standing tall, seeing life from a bird's eye view. While manifesting your old dude. We keep it real, real life and reveal. It's all in me, my destiny. I will find, follow, fulfill my destiny. I will find, follow, fulfill. Majuba, we pay homage, it's the Illa Juba. We seek the great spirit's approval, manifesting the ancestral maneuver. As the Orishas move you. Just the Illa Juba.
Boro Boy, this is a little Fakola Day. We thank you all for joining us today for our Illa Juba Ifa Temple service. Top of the top to you. Top of the top. We thank you all for joining us. I want to begin, before we do anything, with prayer. So I want to open with a particular prayer from the Odu Ifa Ejiogbe. Let us begin. Olodumare, please come to support us. Olodumare. Ejiogbe Ifa says that it is a gradual process. I say that it is a gradual process. Where is the rat of yesternight? The poor rat of yesternight is still alive. Let her continue to suffer. Let her continue to experience want. She will soon become great. She will soon become prominent. She will soon become Torofini, the leader among all rats. We have made Torofini the leader now. All rats, come and pay your homage and tribute. All rats. Ifa says that it is a gradual process. I say it is a gradual process. Where is the poor fish of yesternight? The poor fish of yesternight is still alive. Let her continue to suffer. Let her continue to experience want. She will soon become great. She will soon become prominent. She will soon become Agagbe, the leader of all fish. We have made Agagbe the leader of all fish. Come now and pay your tribute. Come now, pay your homage, all fish. Ifa says it is a gradual process. I say it is a gradual process. Where is the poor bird of yesternight? The poor bird of yesternight is still alive. Let her continue to suffer. Let her continue to experience want. She will soon become great. She will soon become prominent. She will soon become known as Okidinini, the leader among all birds. We have made Okin the leader among all birds. Come and pay your homage, all birds. Ifa says it is a gradual process. I say it is a gradual process. Where is the poor beast of yesternight? The poor beast of yesternight is still alive. Let her continue to experience want. Let her continue to experience struggle. She will soon become great. She will soon become prominent. She will soon become Kiniyumini, the leader among all beasts. We have made Kiniyum the leader among all beasts. Come and pay your tribute, all beasts. Ifa says it is a gradual process. I say it is a gradual process. Where is the poor man of yesternight? The poor man of yesternight, he is still alive. Let him continue to suffer. Let him continue to experience want. He will soon become great. He will soon become prominent. He will soon become known as Okambi, the leader among all human beings. We have made Okambi leader now. All human beings, come and pay your tribute. Come and pay homage, all humans. Olodumare, we ask that you would help us to continue to struggle through this time and make it out the other side. Help us to continue to push through so that we will become known as great. We will become known as leaders. We ask at this time that you would move my ego out of the way so that we can hear a word of Olodumare, so that we can hear some Ifa. Emma kamimene amo, Emma kamimene ano, Emma kamimene adelokun, itamole tori Ifa alonemi, evora timpaneni, ene banami, aon atifa ale lejo. Ifa, please come support us. We call on Oshetra. Tiny at the feet of Tubu, the stripe of a chameleon is not big enough to use his headgear. Had it been enough to use his headgear, I would have taken it home and adorned my head with it. These Ifa's decorations to Aruela. We go on spiritual mission to Jebelan. We call on Lovers Beats and Pamani. We call on Salsa Maker Rich. We call on Osheruela. Osheruela is a good award. Oshetra. Nakikin and Bakisa, the extra sharp against the tree, Cassifa for Rumina, when he received Iba and Ashe from Olodumare. If an award tells you you should be wealthy, you should surely be wealthy. Akekin and Bagisa, in the mouth of an award, that's Iba and Ashe, in the mouth of an award. If an award tells you should have joy, you should surely have joy. Akekin and Bagisa, in the mouth of an award, that's Iba and Ashe, in the mouth of an award. If an award tells you have victory, you surely have victory. Akekin and Bagisa, in the mouth of an award, that's Iba and Ashe, in the mouth of an award. Let's see, maybe so. Surely shall it be. Thank you all once again for joining us. My name is Oluwo Fakolade. I'm the Oluwo of Idinka Ifa Temple, and we welcome you here once again to our Ile Juba. Well, this is actually our tap-in service, where tap-in happens every second and third Sunday, but we're still moving in the same vein. So thank you for joining us for this tap-in service. We want to give you a spiritual message on the topic of your glow up is a spiritual event. So what do I mean when I say this? So I want to remind everyone within the community that your elevation is not cosmetic. It is spiritual. It is spiritual. When you grow, when you heal, when you rise, when you shine, people think it's confidence, people think it's ego, people think it's luck. But your elevation is the evidence of spiritual alignment. Your elevation is sacrifice manifest. Your glow up is the reflection of your Ori waking up and seeing yourself the way Olodumare sees you. Your elevation is evidence of being in alignment with your destiny. I want to begin with an Ifa verse from the Odu Ifa, O Tora Meji. So let us say, O Tora Meji, O Periabi Leulaye, the Awo cast Ifa for Bolu when going on annual farm cultivation planting season. He was advised to offer a bowl. He complied. Now, Father of miracles, Ifa, please come to my aid. Father of miracles, Asan Wewe, who adds beautiful plumes to the body of Atioro bird. Father of miracles, come to my aid. The protector, Ifa, please come to our rescue. The protector, if death plans to eliminate us, the ailment vows to inflict us. The protector, please come to our rescue. Stop these problems, Ashe. So let's begin with this story. This is the story of a man by the name of Bolu. And Bolu was a farmer. And his crops had failed the year before. And he didn't know why his crops went so badly. He was also doing badly. He lost so much money. He lost loan money that he owed. And he was at a space where he really just needed to cast Ifa. He wanted to know what, why, and what was the problem. Why was he experiencing these things? Why was his business going so badly? So he went for Ifa consultation because at this point, Bolu felt that he didn't have anything to lose. So he was told that he should not change any of the business that he had started. That if he was selling yam, he needed to continue selling yam. He was told not to stop the course, but to continue with everything he had done the previous year. He was also told that when he planted his yam, that he should harvest it, but instead he should take those yams, dry them out, and make them into ebolu, yam flour. And that yam flour would be the key to Bolu's success. He was also told never to advertise his success to anyone when his success comes. He didn't need to tell anyone, yeah, I'm so great. So the next year, Bolu did have a great harvest. And he then refused to sell any of his yams. He instructed his family to take on the process of drying the yams and pounding the yams into powder. So soon after they yielded their great yam harvest and they pounded the yams into powder, the rain stopped. And when the rain stopped, a major famine hit the area. Farms went dry overnight, and there was a major food shortage. The people came begging ebolu. And by that time, the price of ebolu had increased so much, and he then became a major success because he had essentially cornered the market as a result of insider tip information from Olodumare. He began to look around his community, and he realized that no one had success equal to him. He began to sing in his own domain. He began to sing and dance because of what God had done for him. He concluded that it must be a miracle, that he sincerely appreciated. He saw a bird called the Atioro bird, and the Atioro bird has 4 different colors. And these colors of this bird seem to have a miraculous impact and a miraculous look. And Bolu began to sing, and he compared himself to the Atioro bird, just as Bolu had experienced incredible miracles that had beautified his life, beautified his spirit. He looked at the Atioro bird as an example or a metaphor for himself. He began to sing, Father of miracles, Ifa, please come to my aid. Father of miracles, Ansan Wewe, who adds beautiful plumes to the body of Atioro bird. Father of miracles, please come to my aid. Then he began to continually compare himself to the beauty of that bird, because Olodumare had given him such a beautiful harvest, as well as the foresight and the intelligence to make incredible financial moves that would eventually make him wealthy. And when Bolu sang this song, there were individuals who could hear from afar, and they deduced that Bolu was arrogant, and that Bolu was proud, and that Bolu thought he was better than everybody else. They felt that he was making jest of their misfortune. His haters then decided to destroy him, And they decided, you know what, we're going to burn Bolu's home down to the ground within the next 5 days. At this point, because Bolu had offered a bow, Eshuodara sprang into action and he scolded Bolu. He said, Bolu, you should not have been singing out loud. You were told that when your success came, you needed to kind of keep it to yourself. You didn't need to advertise what was going on with you. It's better to be seen than heard sometimes. And he was told by Eshu that he should not go about singing about his success because his haters would destroy him. He told Bolu to be singing this song instead. He said, sing, Protector, Ifa, please come to our rescue. The Protector, if death plans to eliminate us, that ailment vows to inflict us. The Protector, Ifa, please come to our rescue. And as Bolu went about and he was singing this song instead, he was essentially saying, Olodumare is my protector. The Irumole are my protectors. And if anyone wants to harm or kill or bring illness or problems, they will have God to contend with. His enemies heard the song and they were confused. Eshu then appeared to his enemies and told them that Bolu actually knew of their plans to destroy him. And he said, you need to stop. You need to desist. This is such an interesting story of how listening to Olodumare's divine forethought will help one to be successful. But it's not just there. Let us add this Ifa to the equation. This Ifa verse comes from Obara Eguntan. Obara Eguntan says, I reap benefits at home. I also reap benefits in the farm. This cast Ifa for Akinsani, the offspring of Ikoriaga, when going on mission to set up traps. The front stroke killed 20 animals, the back stroke killed 30 animals, and the middle stroke killed 50 animals. He pulled down a creeper plant in order to use as rope. 16 land snails fell down at his feet. When he opened his mouth to exclaim, honey fell into his mouth. When he returned home, his wife had given birth to a set of twins. He declared that his life was as fulfilled as that of Zealafi. Before long, not too far, join us in the midst of victory. When we look at this verse, the story of Akinsami is also miraculous, and it is also an incredible glow up. So this man was a hunter, and for so long periods of time, he couldn't capture any animals. So when these hunters will go off into the bush, what they'll do, sometimes they'll stay weeks and months in the bush capturing animals to bring home. And Bolu himself, he would go on these missions, and for so long a period, he would not catch anything. So he eventually went for Ifa consultation, and the Babalawo told him that all he needed to do was stay the course. It would be as if on one day, everything that he prayed for would manifest. And it will be as if on that one day, everything would happen for him. But he would have to stay the course, continue, and even experience and endure challenges. So, as this occurred, Akinsami offered his ebo, and he also went out shortly thereafter on a hunting mission. His wife at that time was pregnant. He was off on his hunting mission so long, and he didn't catch anything still. And finally, perhaps weeks into this mission, on one day, the traps that he had set, he checked his traps. The front one caught 20 animals. He was happy about that. And then he checked his back traps. The back traps caught 30 animals. And he was like, man, this is great. He hadn't caught anything in at least a year. And then the middle trap caught 50. Bolu was so excited. He began the process of drying those animals right then and there. He reached up to grab a hanging vine. And that vine he was going to use to tie up his prey. And as he reached up, he grabbed that, and then 16 land snails fell down. He was like, oh my God, I've got 16 land snails. I've got 100 animals that I've captured. And then, as he looked up in the sky to say, yes, honey fell down into his mouth. He realized that the whole time he was standing underneath a honeycomb. He went back home with 100 animals tied with this vine. He grabbed something and tied up the 16 land snails, and then he also collected the honeycomb, and he went home after weeks of being out in the bush. When he arrived back home, his wife had given birth to a set of twins. For those of you who know, twins for us is a symbol of wealth. And he was kind of stomping around with excitement and joy to the degree where Akinsami yelled, I feel like the Alafin. I feel like a king today. And when he did this, he was loud and boisterous, and everyone heard him within his community. And as haters do, some went that day and reported Akinsami to the Alafin himself. They said, Alafin, he says he's you. You see how haters do. They said, Alafin, he is saying that he is indeed you. This is treason. So that day, that same day, the Alafin sent for individuals to collect Akinsami and bring him to court that day for execution. But before he was executed, he had to go through a trial. But it happened that same day. So he explained to the Oba, to the Alafin, respect. But I must say, if you've been through what I've been through, you would shout too. After years of never catching any animal, I've gone to Ifa. Ifa told me that on one day, everything would come together for me. And Alafin, today is that day. In one day's time, I went from having no animals to 100 animals in each of my traps. In one day, I went from no snails to 16 land snails. In one day, I went from no honey to a honeycomb. And one day, I went from being childless to having twins. Alafin, Ifa is indeed good. And in this story, the Alafin heard what Akinsami said. And he himself, hearing the blessing that Akinsami experienced, the Elafin, it was as if he wanted to participate and be in alignment with those blessings so he too could be blessed as well. He said, Uncle Sami, do you have your own land? No. Do you have your own house? No. I want you to take a parcel of this land and build Akin Sami a home in one day. Today. Begin working on it today. I want it to be finished by nightfall. And the workers began to build. And they built Akin Sami his own compound. So in one day's time, Akin Sami went from grass to grace. He went from having nothing to having essentially everything. So this leads me to my very first point. First point is your glow up means you did the internal work. Your glow up means you did the work. You did the inner work to get that. What do I mean? Bolu did the internal work. He offered his elbow. He followed the advice, even though the advice seemed strange to him. He saved while others squandered. Akin Sami stayed the course. No matter the length of time, no matter what happened, he stayed the course. He didn't give up. Your glow up is lessons learned and blessings earned. Let's repeat that. Your glow up is lessons learned and blessings earned. The glow you carry did not come from lotion. It came from transformation. Your glow up came from healing. Your glow up came from boundaries. It came from prayers. It came from saying no to foolishness, from saying yes to destiny. To actualize your destiny, glow up, you must follow your destiny and manifest it. Next point. Elevation reveals who is not for you. Let's repeat that one. Your elevation will reveal who is not for you. In each of these stories, there are haters. The haters show up when you're doing good. Oftentimes, you don't have any haters when everything sucks, when stuff's going bad. That's the funny thing. You end up having haters when things go good. So I'm just going to add a side point. You might want to be happy for having haters because it says you're doing something right. The haters show up when you're doing good. Some of the haters are even close to you. They may be close friends. They might even be your teachers. They might be family members. And the hate comes out when they see that you are doing good. Some folks are content with you living in struggle, content with you living in suffering. They feel comfortable when you always come around with a sob story to tell. They are content as long as you are not on their level or above their level. They are comfortable to little bro you or little sister you. But when Olodumare sees fit to bless you and you see fit to trust Olodumare and be in alignment with your destiny, they think that you think you are better than them. Not everyone can stand your shine. Some loved you when your light was dim. Some supported you when you were broken. Some were comfortable when you were confused. But when you glow, when you elevate, when you step into purpose, their spirit gets irritated. And it's not because you did something wrong. It's because your rise and your elevation exposes their own stagnation. Your rise and your elevation exposes their disdain for you. Your rise and your elevation exposes their desire to control your progress. Pay attention to who compares themselves to you when you buy that new house. Pay attention to who got the stank face when your relationship is going smooth. You don't need to ask Ifa who the haters are. All you need to do is watch how folks react when you begin to rise. Your elevation breeds disdain in the haters. And the last and final point is your glow up is part of your assignment. Your glow up is part of your assignment. It is your destiny to live in purpose, on purpose, and empowered. It is your destiny to live in purpose, on purpose, empowered. You are not supposed to be sad for long. Suffering is only for a season. It is your destiny to live in providence. It is your destiny to live in abundance. Your glow up is not about vanity, y'all. It is about visibility. It is that you must be seen because your story is meant to inspire. When you think about the story of Bolu, his story should inspire you. When you think about Akinsami, his story should inspire you. Your healing is meant to guide others to their own healing. Your survival is a testimony. Your elevation is a calling. Let your light speak louder than your fear. Walk in the grace that you made it and that you making it. It is okay to celebrate. It's okay to shine. The real ones are going to see your shine and they're going to inquire how to get shiny like you. And Obara Guntan, like we said, the Alafin heard about Akinsami's story and he wanted to participate in it. He wanted to be a highlight in the story of Akinsami. If you don't have folks around you who are like that, you got the wrong folks around you. Your destiny is to shine your light and let that light bless you perpetually. In closing, I want to chant this Ifa from Iwori Meji. Ifa says, the cottonwool stayed across the stream and bloomed invitingly at the farmer. This Ifa declaration to Alatankun, the spider, who shall be doing everything as if it were magic. He was advised to offer a bow, he complied. I got my wealth as if by magic. The cottonwool stayed and bloomed across the stream and bloomed invitingly at the farmer. Ifa does his things by magic, or Ifa does his things miraculously. You should look at yourself and your relation to Ifa and Olodumare as if you are like the spider in Iwori Meji. Ifa does his things miraculously, and it is as if by magic, but it truly is hard work and devotion. In closing, I want you to affirm with me, may my light rise, may my destiny shine, and may my elevation be unstoppable. Ashe, Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Aboto. We thank you so much for joining us today. I want to make a couple of announcements. Those of you who are interested in being a part of our Omoawo program, please type within the chat Omoawo, and we will get more information about that to you. Also, you can DM me if you would like to learn more information about that. If you are seeking Ifa studies, information, we can serve you. Also, if you would like to become a member of Idinka Ifa Temple, please feel welcome to do so. We are revising the membership criteria, and that should be up and finalized in the coming week. So you can go to the website below and you can learn more about that. Also, here at Idinka Ifa Temple, we are on farmland and we're doing Ifa in a very rural environment. So if you would like to learn this Ifa process also in alignment with homesteading, with animal husbandry and growing food and living somewhat off grid, this is a good place. If you want to learn more, please call me. My number is below, 323-244-1133, and we'll be having public Ifa temple services very soon. So if you're interested, please let us know. Donations, if you are interested in donating to what we're doing, if what we're saying and doing, if it is blessing you, please also be a blessing to all of us as well. I would like to close with prayer. All right. Olodumare, we thank you for life, health, food, clothing, and shelter. We ask that you would continue to ward off all death, ward off sickness, cases, controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses, and outright fights from us, and bring forth to us long life, wealth, good spouse, good children, peace of mind, joy, healing, and victory. We ask that you would assist us in really getting a chance to see how great we can become when we move with an alignment of our destiny. Thank you so much. We will see you next week in the new Gregorian New Year. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Aboato. Thank you so much once again. I'm Oluwafakolade of Idinka Ifa Temple. May Olodumare bless you.